Welcome to NarrativeNook where enchanted stories come to life. If you enjoy our stories, please subscribe, like and share to support our channel. Enjoy listening.
Arabella chuckled, her laughter as refreshing as a cool spring breeze. Just pulling your leg. Romeo, realizing the girl was teasing him, laughed along. You little imp. When did she learn to tease him? This mischievousness, it was rather endearing. Carl, standing nearby, couldn't help but mull over it. A girl like Miss Bella, when not smiling, was breathtakingly beautiful. When she did, it was like a gentle breeze carrying the scent of blooming flowers. With such an enchanting girl around, how could the boss possibly fall for anyone else? It was just wishful thinking on part of the other girls. They thought they could easily win over the boss. Maria, witnessing their sweet interaction, felt a deep pang in her heart. Why would Romeo like this kind of girl? Not only did he allow this girl to wander freely in his office, but she could also go through his phone. The mug the girl had gifted was so ordinary, yet it held such importance to Romeo. Romeo defended her at every turn, cared for her, and in front of so many people, didn't hide his love and fear for her. Romeo's gaze fell on the security guard. Before you acted on your own, you didn't report it to Carl but trusted a manager's conjecture, almost injuring an innocent person. Half of this month's salary will be deducted. Upon hearing they won't be fired, the head of security instantly brightened up. Thank you, Mr. Macmillan, for your leniency. We apologize, Ms. Bella. We promise not to repeat such a mistake. After apologizing, the security team left the office, led by their head. Romeo's gaze turned to Maria. You haven't apologized to my fiancé. Staring at Arabella, Maria bit her lip and managed. I'm sorry, I was out of line. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me. Romeo coldly replied, you have half an hour to pack up and leave Macmillan Corporation. Romeo. Maria couldn't believe that Romeo was firing her outright and called out to him using his first name. Unfortunately, this only seemed to irritate him. Carl, tell Mr. Paisley that his precious daughter, without my consent, repeatedly barged into my office, slandered my fiancé as a thief, used the mug gifted by my fiancé to attack her, and summoned security intending to harm my fiancé. Romeo added, tell Mr. Paisley that I've been busy recently, no visitors. The implication was clear. There was no need for an apology, he wasn't interested. Also, list all the damages here, and have Ms. Maria compensate for them. But Mr. Macmillan, please listen to me. Before Maria could finish, Carl gestured towards the door. Ms. Maria, this way please. I really didn't know she was your fiancé. I was just concerned. I was afraid someone might leak company secrets, or frame you with something. Please give me another chance, Mr. Macmillan. If it weren't for our family's cordial ties, do you think you'd have a chance to stand here and plead? Romeo turned to Carl again. Didn't you hear what I said? Carl quickly ushered Maria. Please, Ms. Maria, if you don't leave now, the security will have to escort you out. Also, install a surveillance camera at the office entrance. Make it clear to everyone, if anyone tries to send over useless stuff again, their salary will be halved the first time, and they'll be fired the second time. Everyone should focus on their work. Understood, Carl responded, taking the orders. Maria stared at Arabella resentfully as Romeo insisted on her departure. With a heavy heart, she turned and left. I'll get you a new mug later, Arabella comforted the man before her. Could we get a few more? Romeo bargained with her. One just won't do, put it on my card. The cleaning lady, Selina, entered the office to tidy up and was taken aback to see Romeo cradling a woman and speaking to her softly. She had been cleaning at Macmillan Corporation for almost a decade, and it was the first time she had seen Romeo so intimately close with a woman. This woman must be one lucky lady. Seeing Selina picking up the shattered pieces of the mug, Romeo promptly said, Selina, I still need those. You still want them, even though they're broken? Selina looked at him in surprise. Aren't we getting you new ones? Arabella thought there was no need to keep the shards. We could make a picture frame or a small piece of wall art, Romeo explained to Arabella, then turned to Selina, sorry for the trouble. No trouble at all. Selina smiled. Seems like this mug holds a special place in your heart. I see you using it daily, It must be a gift from this young lady here. At your level, you could have any mug you want. It must be from someone special that you still value it even when it's broken." At her words, Romeo affectionately looked at Arabella. Every gift she gave him held a special meaning to him. "This young lady is very beautiful. She's just as lovely as you. You two are a perfect match," Selina praised as she cleaned up the shards. "Thank you for your compliments, Selina." Arabella replied gently, "Take your time. Don't hurt yourself." "Ah, all right. Selina found Arabella very gentle and down to earth, despite being with Romeo. She instantly took a liking to them. "Shall we go to the cafeteria for dinner?" Romeo asked the woman in his arms. "Let everyone see how beautiful my fiancé is." "No, I should head back." Arabella checked the time. "Join me for dinner." Romeo, who rarely got to see her, was not going to let her leave so easily. After much coaxing and with Selina's help, Arabella finally agreed. It was quitting time, and Macmillan Corporation was bustling with people, most of them heading towards the cafeteria. Romeo and Arabella walked hand in hand, attracting a lot of attention as soon as they stepped out of the CEO's private elevator. "Oh my God, is that Mr. Macmillan? He has a girlfriend? Since when? She looks so young and beautiful. He's actually holding hands with a woman at Macmillan Corporation. Are they going public? My God, am I hallucinating or dreaming? Someone pinch me. My dream man is actually smiling, and at a woman." Many employees were surprised, their eyes fixated on the couple. The sight of Mr. Macmillan in love, approachable and handsome, left them entranced. "Who is that woman? Isn't Mr. Macmillan's fiancée Serena from the Collins family?" "Right, Serena even came to our company to find Mr. Macmillan. Haven't seen her in a while though. Did they break up? Does Mr. Macmillan have a new girlfriend? This woman is much prettier than Serena, and her aura is not something rich girls can match. Does anyone know who she is?" Everyone shook their heads. They would have remembered such a stunning face. All of the employees who passed by Romeo and saw him whispering sweet nothings to the woman beside him were dumbstruck, forgetting even to greet him. Those who managed to snap back to reality just in time to greet Mr. Macmillan found it impossible to take their eyes off the couple. This was the first time Romeo had so publicly introduced a woman in a public place, not even attempting to hide his affection and love for her. The rumors once circulated that Serena was his fiancée, but the two were rarely seen together, let alone in intimate moments like this. When Romeo, hand in hand with Arabella, walked into the cafeteria, the hundreds of employees on the first floor were stunned, unable to believe their own eyes. "Are you satisfied with this reaction, Mr. Romeo?" Arabella knew exactly what he was thinking. Romeo didn't hide it, smiling at the girl next to him. "If I could, I'd announce it to the world, let everyone know that you're all mine." "Mr. Macmillan. Good day, Mr. Macmillan. Mr. Macmillan, you're dining in the cafeteria today." With every step Romeo took, quite a few people greeted him. He nodded in response, turning to the girl beside him. "You've never been to this cafeteria before. What do you think?" Arabella's eyes scanned the surroundings. The environment is quite nice. The variety of dishes is also abundant. Looks great. Suddenly, she felt the layout of her company's cafeteria was too small. It needed some improvement. "Let's get some lunch." Arabella approached a counter, just about to pick up a tray when Romeo beat her to it. "I'll get it, just tell me what you like." The trays were a bit greasy. He didn't want to dirty the girl's hands. This was a self-service station. They could take whatever they fancied, as much as they could eat. This one, and this one." Arabella pointed out the dishes. Romeo took care of grabbing them. The employees sitting not far away were once again flabbergasted. Mr. Macmillan was actually serving the girl himself. Soon, Romeo's trays were filled to the brim. He asked the girl to hold onto the hem of his shirt as he led her up to the second floor. This area was usually only accessible to executives, with few people. He purposely chose a table where the employees on the first floor could look up and see them. Arabella noticed his intentions and couldn't help but laugh. "Really? Of course, it's rare that you come here. I want everyone to know that you're the most important one. Wait here for a moment. Romeo personally wiped the table, and after putting down the food, he wiped her chair as well. Only then did he pull out the chair for her. It's ready. Arabella chuckled. I just remembered I haven't read those love letters your office colleagues wrote you. Don't read them. Romeo immediately said, there's nothing worth reading. It's all nonsense. You eat first, I'll go grab some more. This is enough. Arabella was afraid they wouldn't finish it all. It's rare that you come here. Try a few more dishes. Everyone watched as Mr. Macmillan went to several counters to get more food, then carefully placed each dish in front of the girl, thoughtfully picking out the bones from her fish. They were green with envy. When did Mr. Macmillan ever show such a tender side? This girl was so lucky. At that moment, a noticeable commotion arose from the first floor. A good number of people turned towards the noise, only to see Jennifer striding into the cafeteria entrance, a designer handbag swinging from her arm, exuding an aura of undeniable presence. Several veteran employees greeted her, their voices filled with a warm familiarity. Mrs. Macmillan. Mrs. Macmillan, it's been a while since you last visited the corporation. Have you had lunch yet? I can get a few of your favorite dishes. It's been a long time, Mrs. Macmillan. What brings you here today? We've missed you. Jennifer's face was icy, her eyes colder still. I heard someone's taken a fancy to my son, thought I'd come and see. She had her insiders within the corporation, and she'd heard of a woman who'd stirred up the entire corporate security. It seemed to be related to her son. Since the incident took place in her son's office, no one could really explain what happened. She had been shopping in the nearby boutique district when she heard about it. She tried calling her son, but he didn't pick up, so she decided to come in person. She wanted to see who this person was, who'd turned the corporation upside down. What audacious wench had the nerve? Where is she? Jennifer asked coolly. The surrounding employees hurried to smooth things over. Mrs. Macmillan, Mr. Romeo is such a catch. It's normal for women to be attracted to him. Don't be upset, it just shows how outstanding Mr. Romeo is, otherwise he wouldn't attract so many girls. Let the kids handle their own affairs. Mrs. Macmillan, why don't we sit down and have lunch? There can only be one daughter-in-law for me. Jennifer's gaze swept over the crowd. Where's the girl? She was determined to have a talk with her today. Everyone felt her overpowering aura and instinctively looked towards a certain direction on the second floor. Jennifer followed their gaze and saw a young girl on her phone. From this angle, she could only see the back of the girl, but from her attire, she seemed to be quite young. A young chick causing such a commotion in her corporation. There could only be one daughter-in-law for Jennifer. That was Arabella of the prestigious Collins family. No one else could get close to her son. As she ascended to the second floor, the first floor of the cafeteria buzzed with whispers. This is bad. That girl is doomed. Did you hear what Mrs. Macmillan just said? She said there could only be one daughter-in-law. It must be Arabella of the Collins family. She's here to back Arabella. So, this girl couldn't catch Mrs. Macmillan's eye? No matter how pretty, she can't compete with a match of equal social status. What a pity. Mrs. Macmillan is a formidable woman, shrewd and capable. Her tactics are unparalleled. This is going to be interesting. Do you think Mr. Macmillan would side with his girlfriend, or would he adhere to his mother's advice and call it quits? Who knows? I'm on pins and needles, just waiting for the next scene to unfold. Romeo had just ordered a handful of dishes and was carrying them to the table when he heard the elevator ding. He looked up to see Jennifer stepping out, her designer handbag slung over her shoulder. Mom, what are you doing here? Arabella turned at the sound of his voice and was equally surprised. Upon seeing Arabella, Jennifer's face lit up. She hurried over and enveloped her in a warm hug. My darling girl, what are you doing here? Did Romeo invite you? She had never expected to run into Arabella here. I had some free time today, so I came to see him, Arabella explained. You rascal, why didn't you pick her up? Did you let Bella come here all by herself? Jennifer chided her son. Where are the manners I taught you? I wanted to surprise him, Arabella explained. Oh, my sweetheart, you're so thoughtful. Jennifer, gleeful, took a seat next to Arabella. Did Romeo show you around? Are you getting used to the place? Is there anything that needs improvement in the company? How's the food? Before Arabella could answer, Jennifer turned to Romeo. Couldn't you have ordered more dishes for Bella? Or taken her out to eat? And the table, it's too small. Bella, sit tight. I'll get you more food. No need. There's already plenty. I can't finish it all, Arabella said, holding Jennifer back. I'll get you some utensils, we can eat together. Jennifer glanced at her son. Why should you have to do that? Isn't there someone here who can? Romeo stood to get the utensils. My sweet girl, you finally came to visit your home. Come more often when you have the time, explore the place. If Romeo is busy, you can always call me. I know this place like the back of my hand. The employees on the ground floor were all staring in disbelief. Just moments ago, Jennifer was ready to drag the woman seducing her son out of the building. But now, she was hugging Arabella, chatting and laughing with her. It was clear she held a great deal of affection for her. I don't want to trouble you, Arabella said, her words endearing her even more to Jennifer. You wouldn't be a bother at all. I have nothing to do at home. Call me whenever you need anything. You talk too much. It's too noisy, Romeo said, setting a set of utensils in front of Jennifer. Bella prefers quiet. Jennifer huffed at him, then turned back to Arabella. Did you just arrive, or have you been here since morning? This morning. Did you hear about the incident then? Jennifer was clearly angry. I heard from my subordinates that a woman caused quite the uproar here, disturbing hundreds of security personnel. Which vixen would dare cause such a fuss when we're not around? Arabella admitted, it was me. You. Jennifer was taken aback. She turned to Romeo. What on earth happened? Romeo briefly explained the situation. Jennifer was about to explode with rage when her phone rang. Seeing who it was, she picked up immediately. Adrian. Jennifer, have you had lunch yet? Adrian hadn't finished his sentence when Jennifer cut in. I couldn't eat because of the children's issue. You know, Maria keeps throwing herself at Romeo despite knowing about the engagement between the Macmillan and Collins families. It puts Romeo in a difficult position, and it's not good for our image. I wonder how the Collins family would react to this. Yes, indeed, Maria was out of line. She just got home and I gave her a good scolding. She knows she messed up now, causing all that ruckus at the Macmillan Corporation, disturbing all the security officers, and wrecking Romeo's office. Jennifer dismissively stated, well, that's not the issue. What bothers me is how Maria kept accusing my daughter-in-law of being a thief, tarnishing her with allegations of theft. What would the Collins family think? They are wealthy and influential. Would they need to resort to theft? Yes, it's all Maria's nonsense. I'm here to apologize. That girl's been spoiled since she was little. Adrian was about to express his apology, but Jennifer cut him off with her leisurely voice. We, the Macmillan family, don't need your apologies. I heard from others that when Maria was apologizing to my daughter-in-law, she glared at her, as if warning her. My daughter-in-law is innocent. She's never been through anything like this. Look at the mess that has been caused now. That damned girl. I'll discipline her later and bring Maria to the Collins family to apologize to Miss Collins. Adrian hadn't expected his daughter to be so reckless and foolish, nearly ruining the relationship between the two families. He quickly tried to make amends. Adrian, you know how much the Collins family spoils their daughter. If you show up with Mari, and Kenneth and Louisa find out that someone has been bullying their darling daughter behind their backs. You know the consequences as well as I do. Yes, this was all Maria's fault. I feel guilty too. How about this? Is Miss Collins still at Macmillan Corporation? I'll bring Maria over this afternoon to apologize to Miss Collins in person. No need. My daughter-in-law is still shocked. Jennifer said, her voice casual. I'm going to comfort her now. Goodbye. After hanging up, Jennifer broke into a smile, confident and triumphant. Let them stew in their panic for a few days, then we'll deal with them properly. Bella, eat, darling. The food's getting cold. Why don't you try the cafeteria's food? The tone she used when talking to Adrian was vastly different from how she addressed Arabella. Arabella, witnessing Jennifer's swift change in demeanor, couldn't help but laugh. She took a bite and said, "It's delicious. You should eat too. Being able to share a meal with my darling daughter-in-law makes me so happy." Jennifer kept loading Arabella's plate with food. "I really made the right choice coming here today." Arabella also served her some food, leaving Jennifer touched. "My darling Bella is really considerate and thoughtful, unlike having a son who's as wooden as a log. Who brought you your utensils just now?" "What? I've raised you with so much effort, and you're complaining about bringing me utensils?" Romeo turned to his beloved fiancée, seemingly seeking her help. Arabella laughed. "Jennifer is right. She raised you with so much effort, getting her utensils is the least you could do." Jennifer grinned triumphantly, as if she's just been backed up, and her spirits lifted. "Whatever Bella says goes." Romeo couldn't argue back. "You're always right." At this point, Rebecca had sent Jennifer several voice messages, which Jennifer deliberately ignored. Rebecca switched to typing, sending message after message, expressing her remorse and her desire to make amends. Jennifer was busy pampering her daughter-in-law with food and drinks, completely ignoring Rebecca, shocking all the onlookers on the first floor. Mrs. Macmillan was supposed to be here to drive away the flock of women around Mr. Macmillan, but it looks like a family enjoying a meal together. Did anyone notice that they really look like a family? Mr. Macmillan and that girl look like a married couple, and Mrs. Macmillan seems like the mother-in-law. Wouldn't it be great to have a mother-in-law like that? Look how she keeps serving that girl, as if she already approves of her. Who is that girl anyway? She's so lucky. And what about Serena? Yeah, what about the bond between the Collins and the Macmillan families? Is Mr. Macmillan disregarding it? Does the engagement of Serena and Mr. Macmillan mean nothing? While they were gossiping, they noticed the Deputy Director of Procurement approaching. Everyone quickly hushed and pretended to be engrossed in their meals. The Deputy Director glanced up at the second floor and found it strange too. By all accounts, Romeo and Serena were engaged. He shouldn't publicly dote on another girl. And on top of that, Jennifer was there. Jennifer treated the girl as if she was her future daughter-in-law. The Deputy Director sent a text then left. "She's gone. Phew, her daughter and Serena are best friends. Do you think she's going to tell her daughter about this? Maybe if Serena hears about this, won't she be devastated? Is their engagement still valid? Who would have thought that this girl's first visit would cause such a stir? Isn't this her second visit? The other day, I was discussing work with Carl when he received a phone call. He looked surprised and pleased, then told the garage security to look out for a red sports car arriving in 5 minutes. Then what? Everyone immediately gathered around the speaker, eager to hear more gossip. Seeing the interest, the woman continued, "That day Mr. Macmillan was in a meeting, and Carl personally went to Mr. Macmillan's private garage to meet her. They were originally going to take Mr. Macmillan's private elevator up, but a new employee didn't know that only Mr. Macmillan could use it and pressed the button. When the elevator rose from the basement to the first floor, the doors opened. Carl was very respectful and polite to the girl, who was stunningly beautiful. I remember her clearly, and it's her. So, she's visited the company before? We just didn't know because she was so discreet. Last time, she had a document in her hand. I thought she was from another company to discuss cooperation with Mr. Macmillan. I didn't expect her to be Mr. Macmillan's girlfriend." Upon saying this, the woman sighed, feeling as if she had just suffered a breakup. She had always secretly had a crush on Mr. Macmillan. She fancied herself as the heroine in a drama, hoping to catch Mr. Macmillan's eye. But now her dreams were shattered. Well, at least they're both attractive and well-mannered. Unlike the celebrity I like, who suddenly ruined his reputation. He seemed pure and charismatic, but it turned out he was a womanizer. Oh, I know who you're talking about. The guy who was trending on Twitter today, right? You saw the news too? Let's hug it out, girl. Some celebrities just don't value their reputation. We just need to find someone else to admire. After lunch, Jennifer and Arabella were giggling and chatting, seeming as if they had endless topics to talk about. Romeo glanced at the time and realized that ever since his mother had arrived, he hadn't had a chance to have a proper conversation with Bella. "Mom," Romeo couldn't help but interrupt, "Dad is lonely at home." The implication was clear. Please go home and keep him company. What, are you already impatient to get rid of your mother? Bella and I haven't finished our chat yet. As Jennifer said this, she laughed and turned to Arabella, and then the store manager said that the waistline of the dress was very small and ordinary girls wouldn't be able to fit into it. I told him that my daughter-in-law is not an ordinary girl, and I showed him your picture. And guess what? The store manager and all the sales associates gathered around, all praising how beautiful you look. Arabella couldn't help but laugh at Jennifer's animated storytelling. The manager then said, "With your slim waist, you would definitely fit into the dress. So, I bought it and it's in the car. I'll get it for you later." Arabella's smile softened, "Thank you. Don't be so formal with me, we are family." Nowadays, whenever Jennifer went shopping, the first person that came to her mind was her beloved daughter-in-law. Sometimes, when George saw her return from shopping, he would find all the bags filled with things for their daughter-in-law, and none for him. He felt a pang of neglect. "Mom," Romeo spoke up again, "Bella and I have some work-related matters to discuss. Why don't you guys go ahead? I can offer some advice." Romeo beckoned his mother over and whispered, "Do you want your son and daughter-in-law to finally be together? You're so present that we can't even have a moment. But I also need to develop my relationship with my daughter-in-law. Can't you do that when I'm not around?" Seeing that her daughter-in-law finally had some time to come and see her son, Jennifer decided, "All right, I'll leave first. You better take good care of her and don't bully her, got it?" "I wouldn't dare to." "Bella, I am leaving now. In the afternoon, let Romeo show you around. If he does anything wrong or if anyone makes you feel uncomfortable, tell me, and I will back you up." Arabella couldn't help but laugh, "Thanks. You're thanking me again, silly girl. Shall I walk you out?" "That would be great." Jennifer looked at her son with a delighted expression, as if to say, "Bella offered to see me out. I can't let her down." Romeo was speechless. The employees on the first floor watched as Arabella and Jennifer walked out of the elevator arm in arm. Jennifer was in high spirits, greeting everyone with a radiant smile. A stark contrast from her initial intimidating demeanor. Whenever she was with her daughter-in-law, Jennifer seemed to have endless things to say. Their cheerful conversation attracted quite a few whispers from the bystanders. They really look like a harmonious mother-daughter pair. I'll wonder what this girl did to make a furious person happy in the blink of an eye. Anyone who can win over Mr. McMillian must be extraordinary. I wonder if she would consider releasing a tutorial. I'd be willing to pay $1,000 for it. If it's approved by Mr. McMillian, I'd pay $10,000 for that tutorial. When you have some free time, come over to my house. Jennifer formally invited Arabella. Previous meetings had always been at Romeo's grandparents' place. Arabella had never been to George and Jennifer's home. "All right, we'll visit someday." Jennifer looked at the girl's well-behaved demeanor, her fondness for her growing even more. "I'm so envious of Louisa for having such a well-behaved and beautiful daughter. But thankfully, we're all one family, living in the same house. Knowing that I have a thoughtful and understanding girl like you by my side in the future, I feel sweeter than eating honey." Jennifer was grinning from ear to ear. Romeo, being at this age and status, will inevitably attract some attention. If any woman becomes too troublesome, just tell me, and I'll handle them. Arabella was about to say thank you, but remembering what Jennifer had said, she laughed and said, "Okay. You're always so understanding and obedient." Before Jennifer could finish her sentence, she heard an employee passing by and calling out, "Mr. McMillian," and then again, "Mr. McMillian." As she turned her head, she found her son had followed them all the way to the corporation's main building. Why did you follow us? Jennifer was somewhat exasperated. Was he really that clingy? Bella doesn't know the way. I'll guide her later. Jennifer was speechless. All right, no need to escort me further. My car is parked in the basement, I'll just take the elevator down. Unable to stand her son's behavior, Jennifer patted Arabella's hand and said, if you have time, let's go out and have fun. Okay, Arabella responded with a warm smile. Goodbye, Jennifer. Goodbye, my sweet girl. Jennifer was still marveling as she boarded the elevator. How could a girl be so well-behaved and likable, with such a good personality and so many talents? She was too perfect, too outstanding. As the elevator doors closed, Jennifer did not forget to remind her son one last time, don't forget my words. She must take good care of her daughter-in-law. Arabella was such a wonderful daughter-in-law. She must hold on to her tightly and not let anyone else claim her. Seeing his mother finally left, Romeo held Arabella's hand. Let me show you around. Seeing that it was time for work, many employees were hurrying to the main building of the corporation. Arabella could see what he was thinking. Was he trying to make more people aware of her existence? Really? Mom just now reminded me over and over again to make sure I show you around to get you familiar with the place. Seeing that he even brought Jennifer into the picture, Arabella couldn't help but laugh. Okay. When the two appeared in the procurement department hand in hand, the whole department was stunned. Some of the employees who had ordered takeout for lunch or were going home for lunch were seeing Romeo for the first time, publicly holding a girl's hand inside the corporation. They looked like a couple in love, and the usually aloof Mr. Macmillan now seemed like a caring boyfriend. They all stared, and once they came to their senses, they hurriedly got up to greet. Good afternoon, Mr. Macmillan, and this is Mrs. Macmillan. It left everyone in the department thoroughly shocked. Was this girl appearing as Mrs. Macmillan right off the bat? That's incredible. Good afternoon, Mrs. Macmillan. Everyone greeted in unison, their eyes still filled with surprise and disbelief as they looked at the girl. She was stunningly beautiful, with striking features, fair skin, a slender figure, and extraordinary temperament. One could not help but be attracted by her top-tier beauty and be unable to shift their gaze away. Hello, everyone. Arabella's voice was equally pleasant, refreshing and soothing to the ears, making everyone feel comfortable and at ease. Just carry on with your jobs. As Romeo guided the young lady through the bustling department, introducing her to the work environment and staff, their figures gradually disappeared from sight. Their colleagues remained rooted on the spot, still reeling from the shock. Good heavens, Mr. Macmillan is married? And to such a young, beautiful woman. Did he get married? Or are they about to? That girl is staggeringly beautiful. Just her presence alone outshines us all. No wonder she caught Mr. Macmillan's eye. I can't believe someone can be so stunning. Her facial features are so perfectly proportioned, it's almost unreal. A female staff member mumbled, she looks familiar. I think I've seen her somewhere. Right? I also feel like I've seen her face before. She's not an influencer, but I'm certain I've seen her. I just can't remember where. Another female staff member chimed in. Meanwhile, a short-haired woman eating lunch in the cafeteria chimed in. Don't you guys know yet? Mrs. Jennifer heard someone was trying to seduce his son. He came storming to the company. Guess what happened? Everyone turned their attention to her. What happened? Did Mrs. Jennifer slap that woman? Did they have a fight? Whose side was Mr. Macmillan on? His girlfriend or his mother? The short-haired woman chuckled. Ms. Jennifer intended to confront the woman, but she somehow managed to have him laughing and chatting with her. They even left together, arm in arm, looking reluctant to part at the elevator. That's incredible. The crowd was stunned. What did she do to win Mr. Macmillan over? This is beyond impressive. The short-haired woman didn't know exactly what the woman did, but she knew it must have been something special to have captivated Mr. Macmillan. When Romeo walked into the design department with Bella, it stirred up another commotion. Everyone was shocked to learn that the young lady was none other than Arabella. Hello, Mrs. Macmillan. "You're so beautiful, Mrs. Macmillan. Are you here to inspect the company, Mrs. Macmillan?" Before we met Mrs. Macmillan, we always wondered who would be good enough for Mr. Macmillan. Now, we finally have an answer. The design team, mostly younger employees, took the opportunity to rib each other, lightening the atmosphere significantly. Arabella greeted them all with a friendly smile, showing no pretentiousness. "If you have any questions about design, you can ask her," Romeo said, giving Arabella a warm look. People were even more surprised. "Mrs. Macmillan knows about design? Mrs. Macmillan looks so young. Is she still a student? Is she studying design? Is Mrs. Macmillan interested in design? Will Mrs. Macmillan join the design team at Macmillan Corporation in the future?" Everyone started bombarding Arabella with questions.
Thank you for listening. If you have enjoyed this story, please like and share so others can see it too. Also hit the subscription button and notification bell so you can be notified on our next release. Thank you for your support. God bless you.